guys, Melissa here with TCT Crafts. Today we are going to do a little centerpiece. It's going to be a summer theme, so we are going to be using this really pretty Ferris silk lemon ribbon. So lemons is going to be our theme. We're going to be adding a few little lemon picks to this design. So it's going to be a really fun summer design. So this is the base that we're going to be using, and this just came from Hobby Lobby. It was part of their spring collection. It was $29.99, but then we got 40% off. So it's a nice little container. They may even have it cheaper now, because I got this probably about a month ago. So I'm not sure what they're selling their spring stuff at now, but when I bought it, it was 40% off. And then I just took a piece of the foam and I super glued it down, and then I just added a little bit of hot glue, but it is not going anywhere. So this is going to be our base. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with this Maidenhair Fern, and cut the stem down because we don't need it quite that long. This is going to kind of be our bottom, and I'm trying to see. I think I want to come in from the side with it. So if I go in, I think that's probably about a good length. I don't think I want it anything longer than that. So let me go ahead and dip it in our glue. And I'm just going to go right in the side there. Okay, let's get another one. And we'll do the same thing on the other end. I'm going to go right in the side. Get some glue. There we go. And then I'm going to take this other piece, and I think I'm going to cut it down. So I'm going to cut it into two pieces. And I will put a supply list for you guys in the description of the video, so you'll be able to know exactly what I used. So I'm going to cut this stem down. Trying to think if I want to do, may cut this down one more time. Okay, so I'm going to get 3 pieces out of that one. So I think I'm going to have one kind of in the center, and then one. Oh, this little piece is kind of broken. So I may save that one for a filler. So let me take one off of here so it's more even. Save that for filler. Okay, so just like that, one in the middle, and then kind of fanning outward. I'm going to add our glue. Okay, now before I get too far into all of our greens, I want to add our ribbon. So I'm going to take, this is the only ribbon I'm going to use. If you wanted to use more than one, you definitely could. But I'm just going to stick with just one ribbon. And we're going to make just a small single loop bow. And I think that's about a good size. So let me get some, just going to use a little bit of this wire that I have. And just twist it. Come on, get it together. All right. I'm just going to twist it really good, and then I'm going to get a floral pin. And we will use the floral pin to attach it to our foam. I'm going to cut this floral pin's kind of long, so I'm just going to cut it down just a little bit. I'm just going to run it right underneath that wire, and then just dip it in our glue. And I'm going to kind of put it right towards the side there. Make sure I push it down really good. Okay. Then I'm going to take this. I'm not cutting it. And I'm going to loop it I'll leave a little bit of length on it, about like that. And again, I'm going to cut my floral pin down just a tiny bit. Dip it in some glue. And I'm just going to use that floral pin and push that right down in there. Okay. And then I'm going to take and then come back this way. I think I want to bring this more to the center. So I'm going to move this up just a little bit. Yeah, that's better. I had it too far over. So I want it kind of right in here. And if you wanted to twist that off with a piece of wire, you definitely could. I just use the pin. Okay. Little piece of glue right there. Let me get that off. Okay. And then we're going to come back, and now we're going to one about the same loop height. And then we'll just make a bow. Get a piece of that wire again. And just twist it off. going to get another floral pin, cut it down just a little bit. Just because I don't need it that long, it won't, I want it to sit right into that foam. If it was too long, it would stick up, so. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of glue on the ends. I'm looking at this, and we have both of our tails coming to the front, and I'm wondering if I should loop it back this way and do our bow to the back so that they're opposite. But if I do that, then we're going to need to bring a loop here and then bring it back. Decisions, decisions. Or we could cut it I'm improvising here, guys, because I didn't really like that. Sometimes that happens. You think you have a plan and then you realize that you wish you would have done something different. So I'm just going to add a tail here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that wire and just put a little tail under there. Because this tail is not quite long enough to hang over like I want it. So I will probably cut this down. And then we'll add our little tail under there. And you're not going to see that by the time we get done, because it's going to all be covered with all that greenery. You're not going to see this little tail piece. So we'll be fine. So I'm going to go right up underneath. Right underneath our little loop. There we go. And we'll put something right there kind of in the center to kind of hide that little boo-boo that they have. Okay. So that's all the ribbon I'm going to use, so just a little bit. Let's go ahead and cut our tails. Yeah, let's do tail. You could make this design without ribbon if you wanted, or you could do something completely different. You don't have to do the little loops, but So there's what we have so far. We have a loop here, we have a loop here, so they're kind of diagonal from each other. And now we can finish, or move on, not finish, but move on, adding some of our other pieces. We've sort of got the base done. So I think the next thing I want to add is, I have some of these eucalyptus bushes. I'm going to add a few of these. I'm going to put one right there, sort of in this back corner. I'm going to do one opposite. Okay. I'm going to do one right behind here. I'm going to come one sort of facing out towards the front. And one facing out this way. I'm going to break this into pieces. I want to add a little bit back here. It's going to be primarily front facing, but we'll have it so that, you know, no matter where you look at it, it'll still look good. So I want to add some of this to the back. So let's add one right in here. And then we'll do one on this side over here. I'm going to save these two pieces. We might add them later. Okay, let's add our lemon pieces next. And now that I'm looking at this, we really probably could have came even up a little higher with our ribbon, but that's okay. So I'm going to take our first lemon branch here. And I'm going to pop the lemon off. Don't do that at home. I was not very gentle with that, so let me put my lemon back on. Just gonna add some glue. Okay, so now I have two pieces. I want one to go on either side, right here in the center. I'm going to cut this one down just a little bit more. And it's going to go right on the other side. Okay. And I brought 3 of these. So we'll be able to get 6 pieces. See if I can pull this off without ripping my lemon off this time. There we go. I'm going to have this piece kind of come down. And this is kind of the bigger piece. So I'm going to have it come off to our side over here. Sort of like this. You can see how big it's starting to get already. Okay, we're going to add another one on this side. So we're going to take the bigger of the 2 pieces and it's going to go on that side. And then we're going to take our smaller one and go diagonal from where we put this one. We're going to go diagonal back there. I'm just gonna shake this, spread this out, and this is gonna go right straight across. Doesn't have to be exact, but right in this general area. Okay, and now we're gonna take this smaller piece and we're gonna go diagonal in the back. So this one is going to go right back here. Perfect. Okay. Okay, now let's go in with, let's break up some of that yellow with this white mixed bush. This is like the 60919 bush. It's just our version of it, but you can't even tell them apart really. So I want to add in some of this to break up some of that yellow. Just going to fan these out. These are really good filler bushes. I think we're going to do one towards the side here, kind of coming towards the front. Give these little twigs a curl. Okay. I'm going to do one right here in the center. to weave those in. Okay, then I'm going to go in on this side over here on my right. Kind of do the same thing. Kind of bring it towards the front. Kind of mix it all together like they're growing together. Okay, now let's turn it and we'll add a couple pieces back here. Okay, let's add one on this side. Give those a little curl. Okay, and I think I want to do our last piece. I think we're just going to use 2 of these. We'll do it kind of right in the center towards the back. We can get these to break. All right. I'm going to do this right back here. And see, we're just going to bring that right over that bow, and you can't even tell where we had our little boo-boo, where we cut that ribbon. Can't even see it. Perfect. So this is what we have so far. It's really starting to get nice and full. Just perfect. Okay. And now I have these eucalyptus filler picks, and it has some little berries on it. So let's add some of this. And I'm going to break it up, and we're just going to use it to kind of fill in some spots. I did bring in a yellow filler bush too that we're going to add. So let me just break these into some pieces. Okay. So now it's going to be, we're going to start going into, now that we've got it, the base pretty much built, we're going to go in and start filling in the spots where we see foam. Start building out the front a little bit. Okay, this little piece has a twiggy on it. I kind of want that in the middle. Let me cut it down just a little bit. We don't want it to be taller. Yeah, I think that's good. So I'm going to kind of put it right here in the center. building some of the front out, having some stuff kind of hang over our piece a little bit. So I'm going kind of more into the side of the foam versus the top of the foam, if that makes sense. Before we were kind of going then the top of the foam, now I'm going more towards the side of it. We will put a couple pieces on the top just to kind of blend it in, but I'm going to start with the side first. Okay. So now let's keep going all the way around it. These glue strings, I swear. And I've tried different glue. I use the Gorilla Glue sticks, but even before I was using the Gorilla Glue sticks, it did the same thing. So I don't know. Maybe my glue skillet's too hot. Maybe I can turn it down and see if it still does it. I don't know if it matters. If you guys have a suggestion, put it in the comments. Let me know what works for you if you guys have the same problems with your glue. Because I am constantly fighting those glue sticks or those glue strings. Okay. So I'm going to take this piece. Again, I'm going more towards the side. And just starting to work our way around. And I'm just twisting these together, because when you pull them apart, they'll come apart like that. So I'm just twisting that together. Let's do this little twiggy. Right in there, but let me cut it down. And I'm still kind of going in the side towards the top. In the side, but towards the top. And you can see now that we've added all this greenery, we could have made the bow bigger, but it's okay. It's still cute. I don't want that to take away from the arrangement. I just want to put a little bit of ribbon in there, so it will still work. But if you want more of the ribbon showing, you can definitely make bigger loops. You live and learn, right? Okay, so I'm going to take another piece apart. So we've used 3 so far. We could probably just get away with 3. I brought 4, but I think we can just get away with 3 because we still have the yellow filler bush that I want to add, and then I have I have something for us to kind of fill around the bottom if we still are seeing foam. Now we have this little twiggy right here, then the middle, and so I think I want this one like right up in there to kind of have a diagonal pattern. So I'm going to save that piece for when we get over there. And if you don't want to do a lemon design, you can totally do the same thing. You could just keep it all greenery. You could change, and where we have the lemons, you could do flowers, like a floral bush. You can totally add whatever you like in that spot in place of the lemons if you don't want lemons. I just thought lemons would be fun since we're doing some summer designs. Before you know it, we are going to be working on fall and Halloween, and then, can you believe it, Christmas, like in just a couple months. Seems like we just finished Christmas. This year has gone by so fast. I cannot believe how fast it's gone by. We are like halfway through April already. Okay, now I want this little twiggy. Let me wrap this around here and then cut it down. And I want to have it right in it's wanting to bend on me. That's right in here. Perfect. Okay, now we've gone all the way around. And actually, since we have a piece just like that, I'm going to use this piece as a little filler. We kind of got a little hole like right here. I'm just going to take and put it right in there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now we've got another one of these. If we need to add more filler, we definitely can, but let's stop with 3. Let's add our yellow filler flowers and some of our greenery at the bottom and see if we still need it. So I have these little yellow filler flowers. I'm just going to use one bush. I don't want to bring too much of it in. It is slightly a different color yellow than the lemons, which is fine. Gives it a little bit extra character. I'm going to pull these apart, or I'm going to try to pull these apart. It's being difficult. There we go. And we're just going to add a few of these. We may not even use the whole bush. We'll see. So we're going to add a few of these to the design. And again, I'm just going to kind of weave them in and out like they're all just kind of growing together. Okay. I'm going to add one right there in the center. Do one on this side. Okay, let's turn it around. Actually, let's do one little piece before we get too far. I want to do a little piece sort of coming out the bottom in the front. Let's do one this way, and let's get one right in here. Now this piece has this little long green piece. I think I'm going to save that one for the back. Let's just get a little piece of the yellow. I'm going to get 2 pieces of the yellow, and we'll put on this other side. There we go. Okay, let's add a few pieces to the back here. Okay. We may end up giving this little guy a haircut. We'll see. It looks okay. I actually have one more little piece if we want to stick it in here. Might as well. Let's just use all of it. Okay. So look how large this is getting already. That's super pretty. Okay. So we have done a really good job of covering up a lot of that foam, but there's still some pieces right around the base that you can see. So I'm going to go in with a smaller filler bush to get right around the bottom. So I'm going to go in with this. This is a pusher. I like using the pushers for the bottoms. You could just push them up and get them nice and tight, and then they will fill in that bottom nicely. cover up the foam. So I'm going to leave these a little long because there may be some places we've kind of got to stretch back in there. And then if we need to cut them, we can. Okay, so I'm just going to start going in at the bottom and pushing that all the way up in there. And that's going to help hide that foam. Going all the way around, pushing that all the way down at the bottom. We are hiding all of that foam in there. Okay, something I'm not loving that I'm just seeing is this piece sticking out here. We don't kind of really have anything with it. So we may add some of this to that. But let's finish doing the bottom and then we'll come back to that. I feel like it needs something kind of sticking out this way too. Besides just this. Like, I feel like there's a hole, right? I don't know if you guys can see it. But I feel like there's kind of like this hole right here that we need to fill in. I also have more of this that we could add too. That might be a good option to kind of put down on the ends. I think we will. But let's finish this part. I'm hoping we can just get away with 2 of these because I only brought 2. If not, I'll have to go get another one. And I'm just kind of hitting it where we see some of the foam. I have a little hole right here, so I may add a piece. Yeah, I'm gonna add a piece right there just to kind of fill in that little hole. And I may go get one more, because I'm kind of looking at it. I may go get one more lemon spray to have kind of a little bit taller, since the lemons are kind of tucked down in there. So give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna get another one and we're gonna give this some height. kind of course it won't be this tall, but you know, to kind of have where you can see it a little bit more. And then the other lemons are just kind of tucked in there. Yeah, I like that. Okay. There. I think that's better. What do you guys think? Okay. Let's fix these ends, and then I think we're gonna call it done. So I'm gonna take this last, this spray here. Let me find a spot for it. That's better. It filled in kind of that hole, and it looks like it's kind of all part together. Just give these a little curlicue. Okay, that's better. Now let's go on this side and do the same thing. Okay, I think we're done. So I'm going to take the next 4 hours and pick out all the glue strings. Just kidding, but I am going to pick all the glue strings out. It's going to take me a minute. And then I will take a picture, but I think it turned out beautifully. So hope you guys enjoyed. Again, if you don't want to use lemons, you could substitute it with any type of floral or just do a greenery one. But until next time, bye guys.